Good morning, millennials. Welcome back to the Morning Toast. Happy Tuesday. I cannot believe it's only Tuesday. The Bachelor being on Monday makes the week feel so long.
I know. And I just want to say, I watched The Bachelor last night, fell asleep with a headache again. There is a direct correlation. However, I feel as though once The Bachelor Senior Citizen Edition comes around, I'll be feeling better.
Okay, Heather McMahon put on her story that her mom needs to be on it, and it's such a good call.
Oh my God, such a great
She's
call.
perfect for it.
She's perfect for it. I love the idea of the show. I don't know why I led with that this morning.
Yeah, that's weird.
We'll obviously talk about it when we recap The Bachelor later. As much as it should be a pivotal episode, it really wasn't a big deal at all.
I wasn't entirely sure if I was finding the episode to be so lackluster because I'm coming off of a full day binge of Love is Blind, which is such an elevated version of this show, or it was just a bad episode. I literally couldn't tell what the difference was.
Yeah, or maybe like every other episode of this season has been like fraught with all these like curveballs, and this was like actually a pretty standard episode, except for, spoiler alert, Maddie leaving after touching foreheads with Peter for far too long.
But
they put the far in
foreheads. Did you think that meant that she left?
Yes.
He didn't walk her to the car or anything. I thought she was just going back to her hotel room.
No, I think, or he's not sure, because next week it looks like he's waiting for her on the hill to give out the roses. We'll recap Bachelor.
Ugh, I'm like so disinterested. I'm like still just spending my nights looking at Love is Blind memes.
I know. I can't wait
for the finale.
For the finale. And they filmed a reunion, and it's just going to be so much premium content.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Totally.
Why are you?
You did, like...
It's public knowledge.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Like someone.
I read it in Toast is Blind.
Oh, phew. Okay. I got a DM yesterday from Vanessa Lachey telling me that there was a reunion, and I thought maybe you just like blew out my spot.
No, I had heard it in Toast is Blind first,
great.
And then she confirmed it.
Great. Can't wait.
But like that's exactly what we need, because it's cool like to see how everything ends up. But I want to know, where are they now? It's been 2 years. This is really make or break. If they're still together, that's the real deal.
Especially knowing that this was filmed almost 2 years ago. Its final episode that ends 2 years ago is not enough of a finale for me.
No. And it's like clearly before Nick and Priyanka were even married, because Jess and her friends are talking about it like, you liked when they got together.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how you can put the timestamp on it. Because
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, because now they're just like a staple in our lives.
Sort of.
Very much so.
Well, we have a good show for you today. Obviously, delivering the fast five stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your...
Morning. Are you trying to get into the Fast Five?
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Because there's so much to discuss. Like yesterday, we recorded 2 Patreon episodes, so premium. I think I know we say this every time, but I think the most interesting episodes we've ever done, because we went through every single Toast guest that's ever come on the show, and we talked about like our experience during the guest segment, what we, thought they were going to be like, what they were actually like, just some fun facts. And I think people really enjoyed, this behind the scenes special.
It was a good episode for me because I know I was technically there for most of the guests, but my amnesia causes me not to remember any of them. So it was cool to like take a trip down memory lane, but for the first time remember that these events occurred in my life.
Yeah, and to see, where we came from to where we are now. And the reasons why we've had certain guests on, or guests we want to have, or guests we wouldn't have again. It's all very interesting, I think.
It's also really hard for us to come up with dynamic episode ideas, and I think that this was like a really unique idea.
Thanks. I think so too. So we'll see you in March. That's all the February episodes. They're all up. Head to patreon.com/morningtoast. If you become a patron now, you get access to like the last 20 episodes, so it's just chock full of content. If you're having a boring work day, which I feel like February is kind of a slow month for work.
I feel like that about every month.
I feel like that except about like December.
Yeah, no, the summer is super slow.
You work on holiday stuff before December.
So maybe Q4 is like and that's what they're always saying.
Yeah, that's when we're firing in all cannons.
Yesterday I got home and like turned my TV on, and I was doing a million things before I got to change the channel. And for some reason, it was on CNBC, because I'm always watching Shark Tank before bed. And Mad Money was on with that crazy guy Kramer.
Yeah.
It's such a nuts show, but I was actually learning a lot. The Dow, it dropped like over 1,000 points yesterday.
The Dow goes up and down.
No, but it was like a historic drop yesterday.
It's always a historic drop.
No, but it really was.
I feel as though it's always a historic drop, and the Dow is nuts.
I don't know how people work
so unpredictable
in stocks. Like it's like working in a casino.
Well, that sounds like your dream job.
Yeah, but like it just seems so volatile. Like I was actually just watching Sex and the City, the whole series, and then I watched both movies. And in the second movie, is that the second movie where they go to Abu Dhabi? Yeah. Big comes home and he was like so stressed. He's like, the market dropped 100 points today. And it's like, oh, Big, you're so stressed.
Yeah, and like imagine if your job, I guess, if your mood depends on like this market that's just so out of your control.
Yeah, but then it's like so moody.
But then it's like the market makes you so much money, so you're just like a moody rich person.
But you could also be a moody poor person if you don't play your cards right.
Yeah, but I feel like if you work in the market, you're a businessman, Bo, and you're doing well.
By the way, that was my favorite part of the Emily Donato interview when she referenced her husband as her businessman beau.
Yeah, and that she saw that she was a woman like with a businessman beau.
No, who needed. Some people need a type of person, and that person is a businessman beau.
Honestly, everyone needs a businessman beau, but not everyone can get a businessman beau.
Also, I don't think everyone needs one. I think some people actually couldn't handle like the stress of a businessman beau. Like, honestly, if Ben worked in finance and was like literally gone from like 7 a.m. till 9 p.m, like I would be devastated because I'm so bored and alone. I've now been alone for 3 days. How's nights. It going? 3 nights sleeping in my bed alone. I mean, me and THEO have never been closer, so I'm happy about that. Know that I am, but I'm so fucking bored. And you know what? Like, even on a regular week where it's super boring and Ben and I are home together, like he's in the living room and I'm in the bedroom because we watch different stuff, and we're like not even together in our own house. But the feeling of knowing that like if someone, you know, barges in and murders us, he gets to go first, I am really comforted by that feeling. So I've been feeling like there's no separation between me and the murderer next door. You know, it's just me.
Well, you do have like a guard dog.
Oh, please. Theo, in the case of an emergency.
Theo would switch sides so quickly.
Of course. He's more of the love the one you're with type. So if this murderer is coming in with treats, like I'm finished.
Yeah, you're finished.
That's all a murderer needs to know. Like, hey, you want to murder Claudia? Her guard dog just like it's fat.
Anyways, but he's a beautiful angel, and he's really been adding so much value to the show. Don't want to jinx anything, but like he's everything of the sort.
Also, I couldn't sleep last night because I was watching TikToks before bed, as I always do. And you know, have you seen that trend? It's like something scary that changed my life check, and like people like document like crazy things that have happened to them. So this girl used that audio, and she had the security footage when she was working in a retail store of someone who came in and tried to rob it, and the security camera's like right at the desk, and she's sitting at the desk, and this huge dude, she's like this young girl, this huge dude comes by the desk. He's like, I'm sorry to do this to you, and was like, open the register. And she fucking ran so fast around the other side of the desk, out the door. And the video was so crazy. It went viral. It had like 8 million views, and it just like freaked me out. It was a terrible thing to watch before bed.
Oh, I'm sorry, but she made it out?
Yeah, she made it out.
Good for her.
Yeah, she was, I think it was a Boost Mobile store. She was really brave. But then I couldn't sleep. That's why I also can't watch SVU before bed.
There's a lot of things I can't watch before bed.
What else?
Yeah, when I was younger, like I wouldn't like watching Pretty Little Liars before bed.
Agreed.
I used to watch How to Get Away with Murder, but then like the spooky music, I just couldn't watch it before bed. So then I stopped watching it because I don't have any other time to watch TV.
Blue Bloods is like a much more toned down version of SVU, but I usually won't watch it during the nighttime, especially if I'm alone. Yeah. But I remember I was at a sleepover in like the 9th grade, and we watched an episode of SVU before bed, and it happened to be a particularly scary one where Ice-T and Mariska Hargitay go undercover in a woman's prison to see if the guard is like raping the inmates.
Oh, I'm familiar.
And there's like a hold up, and Ice-T gets held up, and Mariska Hargitay gets left alone in the basement of the prison with the rapist guard. And it's so scary. And I literally was up at this girl's house till 6 a.m. Like I couldn't sleep.
Wow. I know that episode, and it's really scary.
Almost as scary as the nanny who was kept in a cage under the bed.
Stop in the trundle.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's the scariest one.
No, we can't go down this road this morning.
No, I know.
It's too beautiful of a week, even though I do have a feeling it's going to be a slow week because it's only Tuesday. But that's the Bachelor effect, because it makes your Mondays so long.
I was thinking last night how I kind of wish that The Bachelor was on Tuesdays, because when you finish The Bachelor, you feel so accomplished. It's like 2 hours. For me, like I live Instagram and tweet sometimes, so like it really is like a job for me. And then I wake up and it's Tuesday. But if I woke up after The Bachelor and it was Wednesday, I would feel like the week is mostly over.
Yeah. I concur.
But it's not, and that's just my pill to swallow and my cross to bear.
Damn, pill to swallow.
You know, I thought I'd change it up.
It
I've been getting so many targeted Instagram ads for Jagged Little Pill, the Alanis Morissette Broadway play, so I think that's why the word pill was like in my brain.
Well, I like it. I appreciate it.
Also, this week is going to be crazy because we might have to go to LA. We definitely have to be in LA on Friday, so we might go Thursday, or we might go tomorrow. We have to figure our shit out. But you'll have a show Thursday, Friday. Thursday might be from here. Thursday might be in LA. Just stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted. Anyways, I guess it's time. We actually have a lot to discuss today, so I'm going to say it's time for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
Again. In today's episode of The Morning Toast, I would be devastated. I would be remiss. I would be heartbroken. I would have a case of DRH if I didn't let you all know that today's episode is brought to you by The Real Real, where you can own iconic luxury items at an unreal value with The Real Real, the leading reseller of authenticated luxury consignment from top designers like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Rolex, Cartier, and hundreds of more at up to 90% off retail. For those of you who don't speak French, that was Cartier.
Ooh, Oh, thank you. Thank you for the translation. Bilingual show.
You can shop and consign women's and men's luxury fashion and streetwear, as well as fine jewelry, watches, art, and home. They have new arrivals coming in daily, and every item undergoes the RealReal's meticulous authentication process. In fact, they employ over 100 brand specialists, gemologists, horologists, and art curators from around the globe who inspect thousands of items each day to ensure that every item is authenticated. You can shop luxury the sustainable way. So the RealReal is like the biggest online consignment store. It's the best. We've shopped there for years. We both consign there for years. A lot of my designer pieces, the Gucci bag that I'm wearing today. My loafers too.
My boots are from RealReal today. They're Vetements.
My Gucci loafers. It's just such a great way to shop and not feel like you're overspending. And then if you do feel like you've bought too much, you can actually consign and sell your stuff back with them so you can make space for new designer items because, as Jackie said, it's an investment. They also have an app that you can download to shop, which is great. And you can now visit some of their retail stores in Soho or West Hollywood. Plus, they have a new location at 870 Madison Avenue in New York. We've just had such a pleasant experience with the RealReal, and I'm so glad that they're sponsoring the show. And you can shop in-store, online, or download the app. I like the app, just saying. And you can get 20% off select items with the promo code REAL. 20% off is a lot. That's therealreal.com, promo code REAL for 20% off select items. The RealReal code REAL.
I love the RealReal app. The best thing to do is, like, if you really want something,
save it in feed.
Is get a feed, and it, like, you'll be able to see when the search comes up. You don't have to keep researching it every time.
Yeah, I have a search for gray Malins in there, and the one above my bed is from the RealReal.
Oh, very smart.
They're very they're a hot ticket item on the RealReal. You got to be on it.
You got to act fast when they post new items.
When the second it was up, I bought it. You can't hesitate.
No, you cannot hesitate.
It was like a $700 poster that I got for like $400.
Wow.
In a frame.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, well, first story, the Kobe Bryant Memorial Celebration of Life was yesterday. It was so moving, emotional, touching, and there were even just like some moments of lighthearted humor.
Yeah.
And it was really beautiful. Vanessa Bryant spoke publicly for the first time since the death of her husband and daughter in front of 20,000 people, celebrities, athletes, and fans who crammed into the Staples Center for the Kobe Bryant Memorial. Alicia Keys, Christina Aguilera, and Beyonce performed, while Shaq and Michael Jordan were among those to give emotional tributes. In a lighter moment, Jordan, tears streaming down his face, acknowledged the Jordan crying meme to laughs from the crowd.
Yeah, that was really funny. I just think the best part of this memorial was Beyonce. Her performance. I can't believe she chose EXO because that's my favorite song, and I love the John Mayer version too. And she did like
Kobe's favorite song.
And she did like a stripped down version that honestly sounded like the John Mayer version, and with the choir and the like little orchestra, it was spectacular. And her vocals, and she looked. It's hard to dress for something like that because when you're like a Beyonce, like you look amazing wherever you go, but you can't look like too good. And she just was like owning it in a power suit, and I thought she looked phenomenal. I thought her vocals were amazing. I thought the song selection was great. And what really is interesting is that song EXO, in the first verse, there's a line, and I'm crashing into you. And she said, and I'm laughing into you.
Yeah.
Which was just like a thoughtful, I wouldn't have thought anything like of the word crashing, but obviously this is not the time.
Yeah.
It was just, I thought she was sensational. Like
she was sensational. She opened the memorial on just like the right note, literally and mentally.
Figuratively.
And she also sang Halo, which was a perfect song to sing. She was perfect.
Yeah, like I felt
that
like
was definitely a highlight for me.
Yeah, and that was a highlight in like my relationship with Beyonce too. Like I love Beyonce, and I don't feel like I'm like her number one fan, but like last night I was like, I think I could be.
No, honestly, every day I'm getting closer to stanhood.
It was just really cool how like she's in this room full of like not that it was about this, but she was just in this room of like huge celebrities, athletes, and it's like she's just like owning all of them. You know what I mean? Like she's the center of the universe, honestly. And that's what it felt like when she was performing.
Yeah, it was truly moving and beautiful, as well as the speeches. Vanessa spoke for the first time publicly. They stepped out for the first time publicly, and she was just so strong.
I know, and I first of all, like I've actually given a eulogy, and it's fucking hard, and like to not just cry the whole time is like one of the hardest things, and she kept it together flawlessly. Like I think there was maybe one or two moments where she understandably broke down, but it's really hard, and at the end of the day, like a eulogy, like you have to just get through it, and I thought she did it really gracefully.
Yeah, she was really strong, and it was so touching. Shaq spoke as well, and Michael Jordan. It was so emotional, but also full of lighthearted humor, and it was the perfect note. I just thought the whole thing was so well executed. Obviously, like the family and the fans just got so much out of it, and I think it was a really great memorial.
Yeah, and I think in moments like that type of lighthearted humor is obviously really necessary. And while I don't think it should be like the focal point and the whole thing should be hysterical, I think that jokes like that are so important. Like, I feel like I'm always the person to like make the joke that's like not inappropriate, but that just brings like a little levity to like an otherwise heavy situation.
Yes, and it was really a celebration of life. And clearly like he was a jokester and it really came through.
Yeah, and like I didn't know Kobe personally, but like after watching it, I'm like, are we best friends? Like I know everything about him.
Yeah, it was really beautifully done, honestly. All the proceeds went to his foundation for the tickets.
And it's really nice to see like celebrities not only like posting on Instagram, but then like showing up, you know?
Yeah.
Like J-Lo and A-Rod were there, Alicia Keys, Chris, like people.
Kim and Kanye.
Yeah, like just.
Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union.
Love them.
Love them.
It's just cool to see like people acting, you know, and like and showing up.
Yes.
And to be honest, like when you're going through something so tragic, like you just need people around you.
Yeah.
And everyone says like, is there anything I can do? Like, yeah, just stay. Like, just sit down.
So 20,000 people around you. It helps.
Yeah.
Also, there were I thought this was so interesting. There were 33,000 roses or flowers on the stage because that's how many points he scored in his career.
Oh my God, that's so many points.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, also, Vanessa Bryant has filed a wrongful death lawsuit after Kobe's helicopter crash.
As she should.
E-News has learned attorneys for Vanessa submitted a wrongful death lawsuit against Island Express Helicopters. In documents obtained by E-News, attorneys filed a 72-page wrongful death lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court, arguing Island Express agents and employees, including our George Zobayan, the pilot of the helicopter who also died in the crash, had a, quote, duty to use that degree of care that an ordinarily careful and prudent pilot would use under the same or similar circumstances. The lawsuit accuses the pilot of failing to properly monitor and assess the weather prior to takeoff, failing to obtain proper weather data prior to the subject flight, failing to abort the flight when he knew of the cloudy conditions, failing to properly maintain control of the helicopter in flight, failing to properly avoid natural obstacles in the flight path, failing to keep a safe distance between the helicopter and natural obstacles, and among other accusations, failing to properly and safely operate the helicopter, resulting in the crash.
It's like so sad because like he died too. And then like everyone's blaming him, you know?
Yeah, but it's also like it's on the company to
to employ.
Yeah, no, and also to not let anyone fly.
Yeah. No, I mean obviously they're gonna win, and like in situations like this, it's like whatever they'll get like hypothetically they get like $100 million settlement. It's like it doesn't even help.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't help.
It's like irrelevant.
But this suit is very justified because it really was that error.
Is she suing on behalf of just her family or of all the families?
I imagine on behalf of all the families.
But she's just been doing like all the right things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong you could do, but it's every time she speaks up or like posts on Instagram, I just find I have so much respect for everything that she's saying and like I just agree with everything that she's doing. And it's really hard when like you're just going through like the grieving process and that's all you want to focus on, but you have to plan a memorial and you have to do all these things and you have to file a lawsuit. Like you just don't want to be thinking about that. You just want to spend time grieving. And I just feel like she's really handling everything with such elegance and grace. And I have the utmost respect for her.
Me too.
Love her.
Love her. It was really beautiful, touching.
Very well done.
If you haven't watched it, there are great clips on YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't watch it in full. I literally saw the whole thing in clips on Twitter.
Yeah, Zach was watching it last night, and then this morning I watched highlights on.
What channel was it on?
Well, for me, it was just on YouTube, the whole thing.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. Okay. In a little bit of justice being served news, Harvey Weinstein, the verdict has come down for Harvey Weinstein. He has been found guilty of 2 of the 5 charges against him on Monday, and he's also been admitted to the hospital.
That's where the true justice is, because honestly, I read an article explaining all the charges, and he was only found guilty of like the 2 lesser charges.
Well, he was found guilty on 2 counts of rape in the 3rd degree and a criminal sexual act in the 1st degree. However, the sentencing will happen on March 11th, but experts are saying that these charges can carry a sentence of like between 5 and 29 years in prison.
Right.
And he is an old man.
And an ill one, which he's really been playing up, because if you're super sick, I've seen on SVU and stuff, like if you're like 90 years old and you murdered someone but you have like cancer, they won't make you go to jail.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone is
having mercy.
For this.
But the other charges that he was charged with were bigger sentences and like worse crimes. So technically, I don't think that this was like a huge victory. But at least it's not nothing.
It's a victory because he's going to jail.
Agreed.
It's a victory, and I feel like I just relate it back to like Kevin Spacey, who the charges were dropped against him, and so I think given the fact that it's not a sure thing that someone would be convicted, like, this is a victory.
Yeah, and to me, it's like Harvey Weinstein is like the go-to guy when you think of like men taking advantage of women. And so if even he's not going to get found guilty on all of his charges, like, who is?
Yeah, it would just be so demoralizing.
Yeah.
He deserves to be in prison, and he is going to prison.
And to be honest, I really feel like him being found guilty in any way and going to prison for however many years is going to have an impact on like other fucking losers in Hollywood who think that they can like use their casting couch. Like, they don't want to go to jail. I think that this will have like a real implication on just scaring people into doing the right thing.
Yes.
Or just into calming the fuck down.
Yeah.
So that's great.
I think it's great all around. The Time's Up organization released.
This happened really fast because we were just talking about jury selection with Gigi Hadid.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's been like at least a month. You know, they're there every day.
It's just crazy. Like, I thought it would totally like take more time.
I always thought like trials took years.
And now sentencing is March 11th. That's like less than a month away. Mm-hmm. I bet it'll be postponed because he'll like be in the hospital for like his bad back or something.
But I don't understand why sentencing can't be like tomorrow.
No. Why doesn't it happen? Okay, you're found guilty. Here's your sentence.
Well, because the jury decides the verdict. The judge decides the sentencing. So the judge doesn't know. I mean, this is just like me assuming.
Why don't they take like an hour recess so the judge can figure it out?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he probably he or she looks at other factors. Maybe.
Yeah, it just seems like a really long time and like a waste of taxpayer resources to like call another day in court.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. The Times
and in SVU, they say you're guilty and I sentence you to 5 days in prison. Like,
well, I think it's just because it's the show.
Yeah, I guess.
You know. The Times Up organization released a statement saying this trial and the jury's decision today marks a new era of justice, not just for the silence breakers who spoke out at great personal risk, but for all survivors of harassment, abuse, and assault at work.
Agreed.
Woohoo! Justice is served.
In the words of Amanda Bynes, bring in the dancing lobsters.
Let's see how much time he gets.
Yeah, if he gets like 2 years, like, I'll seriously be annoyed.
I think the minimum has to be 5 years. Yeah.
Because that's for one count, and he had like 3 counts.
Yeah, one of the counts is 5 years. The other count holds 24 years.
Wow.
So a minimum 5, I think.
Do you think he'll go to one of those like Felicity Huffman prisons? Probably, but it's still prison.
No, because he committed sexual crimes and she committed financial crimes. I do think that
they're different. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do they call it? Like blue collar crimes?
White collar.
I don't think do they call murder white collar crime?
No, murder. I don't know. I don't want white collar crime though. Was like in Wolf of Wall Street when he was like,
I thought that was blue collar.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's take a quick break before the next story to let the sirens pass.
Hope everyone's okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. Let's jump into the third story.
Murder is a blue collar crime.
Murder's the blue collar. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. Is there another story coming up?
There is another story coming up, but I just would love to know who is bringing us this story because we couldn't do it without them.
Do you want to guess? Oh, okay. Wait. This is actually good. Let's do charades. Okay. Hold on.
Well, charades like with words because of this is a podcast.
No. Just okay.
2 words, 1 syllable.
No.
First word. Box.
Close.
Square. Space.
Yes! Oh my God. We are so good at this game. This segment is brought to you by Squarespace. They've got it all. Domains, websites, online stores. Oh my God. Theo just farted so bad. Oh my God. It actually smells like he might be sick.
We should make a Squarespace store to bottle up Theo's farts.
And smell it as a perfume.
So that people know what we're smelling when we're complaining. You guys, they're sickening.
Honestly, it was really nice of him to get off my chair and lay down on the floor to fart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. Say more and sell more with their new feature of email campaigns. You can stand out in any inbox with Squarespace email campaigns. Their all-in-one platform makes it easy to unify your brand voice from your homepage to your emails. You can have consistent content from your website to your email with powerful editing tools to make it your own. They have customizable layouts for any message and mobile editing so you can send an email to your customers anywhere, anytime. Things you can do with Squarespace are create a beautiful website. You can turn your cool idea into a new website, showcase your work, blog or publish content, sell products and services of all kinds, or promote your business. And you can announce any upcoming event or special project. Own your domain with a beautiful template created by world-class designers. They have powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell anything. It's free and secure to host. They have built-in search engine optimization. We are using Squarespace. You should be using Squarespace, whether you're a blogger, a writer, a photographer, makeup artist, whatever. Head to squarespace.com/toast for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code TOAST to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. So that's squarespace.com/toast for a free trial. And then when you're ready to launch your website, use the offer code TOAST to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Love it. Sign on. Start a website. Okay, next up, Pete Davidson is sitting down for an all-encompassing interview with Charlamagne the God.
Who's the greatest interviewer of our generation.
Totally, and he's talking about it all, including the moment he knew that his engagement with Ari was over.
We'll get to it, but I just want to talk about Charlamagne for a minute because I feel like he gets it out of people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in the industry like really respect him and won't normally do interviews, but because they're like friendly with him, they sit down with him, and he's so good at his job.
Yeah, but I feel like also when they're ready to tell all, they want to talk to him.
Right, because they feel comfortable. But like I've never actually like sought out to listen to Breakfast Club, but I would say 9 out of 10 of the times I get into an Uber in the morning, the Uber driver's listening to Breakfast Club, so I get my like Breakfast Club fix. And I totally get like the standhood. They have like cult following.
Yeah, no, it's a great show. Pete Davidson had a feeling his engagement to Ariana Grande would end when Mac Miller died. Quote, I totally got it. She would even tell you this. I was like, listen, I get it. Do whatever you've got to do. I'll be here. I think I said I'll be here until you don't want me to be here.
Cute.
The star figured their relationship wouldn't withstand the tragedy, but defended Grande, saying her mourning was 100% genuine. Quote, I pretty much knew it was around over after that. That was really horrible, and I can't imagine what that shit is like. All I do know is that she really loved the shit out of him, and she wasn't putting on a show or anything. That was fucked up. Prayers to his family and all of his friends.
Yeah, you know what? Like, that was like such a bad situation for literally everyone involved. Like, Pete Davidson was really never going to be the man for Ariana Grande because she was grieving the whole time. And honestly, she was probably not ready to be in a relationship. For Ari, it was like the worst situation ever because she lost love of her life. And for Mac Miller's family, it was like the worst situation. So, like, no one could win. And it's interesting to see his perspective now being out of the situation because we all thought that when it was happening.
Yeah, and we all just assumed that was why, but it's always nice to, finally know what happened in a celebrity relationship, and it's just what we thought it was.
That was just a crazy time.
It was the best time.
And by the way, when it was happening, we knew it was crazy.
It was the best of times. I mean, I do think this current era is also crazy. The one where Ariana
is dating Jim Carrey, probably
totally with Jim Carrey. I can't see it any other way.
Can we talk about their collab?
Yes. So on Friday, after the toast, she posted a photo, black and white, of her and Jim because they're working on his show together.
Which is like a Showtime, like kids show.
Yeah, but like she doesn't know that there's like a podcast out there who like knows that they're, have a romantic relationship.
We know.
Allegedly.
Also, did you see the Jimmy Fallon or some like interview with Ariana Grande from the last 5 years where they were talking about celebrity crushes and they had to like write on a whiteboard who their celebrity crushes they thought the other persons were, and hers was Jim Carrey.
You guys, like, it's all there.
By the way, no, it's 100% true.
Allegedly. I really believe that allegedly it is true.
No, it is 100% probably true.
Hopefully it is allegedly 100% true.
No, I have no doubt in my mind that it's maybe true.
No, like I would love for this to be allegedly true.
I mean, there's literally not a shadow of a doubt that this is 100% most likely true.
Yeah. I just I want the best for both of them.
Well, did you see the clip of their work together on his show?
I heard you watching it.
It was so fucking strange.
Yeah.
And not that Ariana didn't do a good job. I just think maybe I don't understand the show because it was like a weird community theater musical. I just didn't understand.
No, and I understand that there are people out there who are like, no, they're not together. They're just physically together right now because she's cameoing on his show. But no, I'm saying, yes, that's how they got together. She finally met her celebrity crush. Jim Carrey met Ariana Grande, and she was down for him, and he's obviously going to be down for her.
And to be honest,
they actually have a lot in common. She has a really crazy sense of humor. He is so funny. They've both been through personal tragedy.
Yes.
In their former
They're
relationships.
both kind of dark.
And I think that this is a match. And being the age-blind queen that I am, I don't see a problem here.
I don't see a problem either, but I just don't think that it's a normal reaction for people to be like, they're just working to get there. Why the fuck would Ariana Grande be going on this weird-ass show if it weren't for...
Because Jim Carrey's one of her heroes.
Yeah, if it weren't for her affection for Jim Carrey.
But this
is not just a normal press stop on the Ariana Grande press tour.
There's a difference between like idolizing someone in their work and then being in a romantic relationship with them. And I think a lot of people can't see how they could ever be in a relationship, but like I completely see it.
I think this will be one of those relationships that never goes public and like quietly ends in like a few months.
And we'll never get confirmation, and I'm okay with that.
Ariana Grande is just like a little freaky, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, to me, like Jim Carrey and Pete Davidson are
similar,
are cut from the same cloth, just, you know, of a different era. But I do think that like she likes an older man.
It's nice to see that both Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande like have a type. Yeah. Like he dated like a million Ariana Grandes after her, and she is dating another Pete Davidson.
I actually think he dated like a million of the same girl, but Ari was different.
Yeah,
she was different. They were different.
Yeah, and by the way, of that crazy time, Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber are still together.
Nick and Priyanka.
So it's still just together. That was like a crazy month period where all these young people in Hollywood were getting married, and we thought it was like a cult.
Yeah, honestly, I love to see it though.
And honestly, the cult that I think it was just Christianity, which is not a cult. It's just.
I think it was the cult was love.
Yeah.
My favorite cult.
Me too.
Okay, next up, a little.
Actually, it's really up there with NXIVM, loser on loser cult.
Oh yeah, that's like the woat of cults. Obviously, the Toast is the best cult, but
yeah, they were like the biggest wannabes. You know, they just like branded people because they thought that's what cults did.
No.
It's about the camaraderie, really.
You sell merch.
Yeah. Head over to shopmorningtoast.com.
In latest streaming news, Netflix rolls out a top 10 feature to help show what people are actually watching. Oh. I love this. Netflix is trying to make it easier for subscribers to keep up with what people around the country are watching by introducing a top 10 row to its homepage. A new blog post from the company published today notes that the top 10 row will be updated every day with the most popular titles within a subscriber's country.
Oh, I like that.
And the position of the row will also change depending on how relevant the shows and movies in the list are to their interests. Netflix also notes that subscribers can get an even better sense of what's trending by clicking on the individual movies and TV show tabs to get top 10 lists for each respective category. I love this.
Yeah, I mean, we have been reporting on new updates for Netflix. Like they got rid of their autoplay for the trailers, but when are they going to be implemented? Mine still has that.
Oh, really?
Does yours? I use an Amazon Fire Stick.
I don't know if mine still has it. I have my own Netflix problems where on my TV in my bedroom, we have a family account and I can't watch on my profile. I have to watch on Snitches. So Snitches already watch Love is Blind.
Wait, that's so weird because I was on Netflix yesterday, like doing some research on something random on my computer, and I was watching on yours.
No, and Zach watches like on my profile in the living room. It's just in my TV, so I'm not in a position to like.
Maybe Zach watching on your profile, you can't watch on the profile at the same time.
It's not sometimes the same time. It's just always. It's
That's
just
so weird and annoying.
Yeah, it's really annoying because now I'm not like building up like my personal algorithm, and now Snitch is probably like I never watched.
Snitch has
Chernobyl.
your data. She has your data.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, but I watch Netflix on my TV, 2 different TVs, and my iPad, and sometimes my computer, and I feel like I get a different version of Netflix everywhere. So all these updates like are irrelevant. I don't think I'm gonna get. I still have autoplay. It's so fucking annoying on my Amazon Fire Stick, and I don't even know if I'm gonna get the top 10. But by the way, I love this idea.
I love this idea. And by the way, just in case you were curious, the top 6 in the
circle for sure
in the U.S. today. 1 is To All the Boys I Loved Before 2.
Wow.
2 is The Stranger. 3 is Lock and Key. 4 is Fall from Grace. 5 is Sex Education. 6 is Love is Blind. But I think that Love is Blind is just at the beginning of like
it's
popping off.
Yeah, I mean, I literally spent the entire day watching Love is Blind memes. Like, it's literally the best show. And you know who started it is Olivia and Zach Shapiro. And, like, their take on it is so funny. Shapiro, like, doesn't get it. He's never watched The Bachelor. He's like, these people are getting engaged. He just doesn't believe it. And I'm like, you have to suspend disbelief for a while and just, like, dive in head first because his take is so funny on it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for the next episode. And
Thursday.
I can't wait.
Did anyone find out what time the episode drops?
Midnight, I believe, on Wednesday.
So are you going to watch it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I want to enjoy it. I don't want to rush to watch it. And especially if we're taking a flight on Thursday, then we can watch it then.
Totally.
Our 5th and final story is an in memoriam because Katherine Johnson, the brilliant NASA mathematician who was credited with helping the U.S. reach the moon and get home safely, has died at 101.
And she's the
Hidden
subject.
Figures.
Yeah. I never saw Hidden Figures.
Oh, my God.
I know. It's like a movie that I actually really
Watch
do
it
need
on
to
the
see.
plane.
Good idea.
Love it. You would love it because it's history, but it's also just like it's so cute, and
I
the
just
music
love
is so
Taraji.
good, and Taraji's amazing, and Janelle's amazing, and everyone's amazing.
I know. I need to see it.
Johnson lived the majority of her life in relative obscurity, despite being one of a handful of African-American women who did some of the most crucial work at NASA during the space race in the 1960s. She received more recognition in her later years, culminating with her portrayal by Taraji P. Henson in the movie Hidden Figures. Johnson, she was known to play down her role in the Apollo 11 mission, once saying, quote, "I'm as good as anybody, but no better." Not true, but she's everything.
When we were at the TPG Awards and they had the two daughters of one of the people was that their mom?
Yeah.
Oh God, we met her daughters at the TPG Awards. They were there like on behalf of their mom, and they were so cool and like funny and nice. And I didn't realize the connection until right now that that's the same person.
Yeah, she's so incredible. The movie is incredible, and it just shows like the story is amazing, and her legacy will not be forgotten.
Okay, it's very sad, but like also 101 like goals.
Incredible.
Yeah. Should we recap The Bachelor, even though it was literally so painful? It's going to be painful for me to like relive it.
I know.
I also watched the episode like literally at 40% because I was playing balls on my phone.
Yeah, what was I doing on my phone? Not much, but you can get distracted by anything when
It's
you're
so
trying
easy.
to watch The Bachelor.
So, very appropriately, the segment of The Bachelor Recap is brought to you by Thrive Market, Bachelor Nation's favorite market. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Thrive Market is everything you need. It really is.
I love Thrive Market.
I know. I actually order from them all the time, and they now have stuff. I don't know, maybe they always have, but they had stuff for Theo that I love.
Yeah. It has all, it's an organic marketplace. They have everything from snacks, food. I even get some essential oils from Thrive Market. It is everything of the sort, or is it not?
It is. It's an online membership-based market on a mission to take healthy living to an easy and affordable place for everyone. They have guaranteed savings, member-only prices, so you can get 25 to 50% off traditional retail prices. Plus, they only sell the highest quality, healthy, and sustainable products. You can buy thousands of wholesome food, home, and beauty products curated just for their members, and you can get everything you need from organic and non-GMO food, clean beauty, safe supplements, non-toxic home, ethical meat products, sustainable seafood, clean wine, and more. It's healthy living without the hassle, where you can shop by 70 plus diets and values like keto, which is perfect for Ben, paleo, gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, fair trade certified, BPA free, and tons more. Get the app, skip the store and the lines. It's good for you and the planet, because orders of $49 or more are shipped for free and delivered with fast, carbon-neutral shipping from their zero-waste warehouse. You join Thrive Market, they give. Through Thrive Gives, their one-for-one membership matching program, every paid membership sponsors a free one for a low-income family. Go to thrivemarket.com/toast to give Thrive Market a try. You can choose the membership model that best fits your lifestyle. They have 1 month, 3 month, and 12-month options. Check out or go to thrivemarket.com/toast to get $20 off today. We love that you can choose your membership term, because for us, we both went with the 12-month membership because it only comes down to $5 a month. So if you're not sure about Thrive Market and you're not sure if it's the right fit for you, you can easily give it a try for a shorter period of time, like 3 months. Thrive Market membership is risk-free. You could take the first 30 days to determine if Thrive Market is right for you. If it's not, just cancel within 30 days and get a full refund. But make sure to go to thrivemarket.com/toast to give Thrive Market a try. That's thrivemarket.com/toast for up to $20 off today.
Sign on, Thrive Amazing.
Fantasy Suites. We got 3 girls left: Victoria, Madison, and Hannah Ann. Madison at the beginning of the episode gives Peter.
She was very vague.
And by the way, it was not an ultimatum. It was really a poorly worded.
But she should have let him know that it
message.
is an ultimatum. She should have told him why she felt so strongly.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if I missed something, but I'm like, did this bitch not tell him that she was a virgin?
Didn't. And you know what? It's really frustrating, because all of this could have been avoided, because now, obviously Peter has been intimate with someone, whatever that means. Either he had sex or did everything. But
Yeah, there was weirdness where we didn't get footage of Hannah Ann in the morning, but we got Victoria.
I don't think he had sex with Hannah Ann.
Me neither.
Even though they did the Titanic hand. I do think he had sex with Victoria.
Because that's literally the only reason he wants her.
Why he would keep her.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the emotional connection has been so stellar.
Yeah.
But I think producers, it's like they don't want the show to be successful, because if they did, they would have had Madison's date first, where she laid it all out on the table.
She got last.
And then Peter would know how serious it was. And it's not just because she can't fathom her husband having slept with a woman 6 days before. That's the show. But being someone who's saving herself for marriage, that makes it the stakes much higher and a much bigger deal if he just goes and sleeps with someone.
Yeah, she was fucked from the very beginning. The fact that, first of all, they were all in the room together was obviously very intentional, because that's never happened before. At this point, after hometowns, everyone has their own room and they don't see each other ever again, right?
Everything that's going on, that's going wrong with the show is really the producer's fault.
It's a little Peter's fault too.
Oh, I mean, of course, but like
because by this point,
producers keep putting him in situations where he can't like
handle.
No, but he also is now back, like, in a corner. If Madison is really his wife, and he didn't, yes, she tried to tell him at the rose ceremony, but I don't think she did a good job conveying how serious it was.
Also, do you feel like she should have told him earlier? Like
that she was saving herself?
Yeah.
I think that it's up to her to tell him whenever she feels comfortable, but I do think that is a very big part of her, especially in a relationship, and I think their relationship would have benefited from him knowing sooner, and also I think he would have understood why it was such a big deal for him to not sleep with someone if he knew that about her.
I totally respect her and don't think she's being unreasonable, but I just do think she handled it poorly. I think to wait so long to tell him that you're a virgin and then not even tell him in that first conversation, then saying it at the date, I just think like you can't expect him to do the right thing when you are handling it so poorly. Mm-hmm. But at this point, he probably knows who's winning. Like, of course they have to say, I'm in love with 3 women, but he knows. So if it's Madison, don't fuck anyone else. And if it's not Madison, cut everyone loose. Like, No,
and if it's not Madison, then continue to play this game and pretend to be upset that Madison is leaving and then choose someone else. I think that's fine, but I think we all believe, because how could it be Victoria or Hannah Ann? We all believe that Madison is who he wants to end up with.
Yeah.
Unless it's not,
but I think that at this point, she's clearly the winner. The mom is like, go get her, because the mom has met her. Bring us back to her. The mom is so dramatic. I think it's obvious that she's the front runner, right?
I thought so, but maybe not.
People are really upset with her, like saying that she's giving Luke P vibes, that like she knows what she signed up for.
Oh, I feel like I've seen she knows what she signed up for. But you know what? I've also heard, like we were just talking about this on the episode for the Patreon, because when Raven came on the show, she told us that her and Nick did not have sex, which means that he didn't have sex with her. We know he didn't have sex with Rachel. He only had sex with the girl that who was the winner. So it's not so crazy to be like, if you know I'm the winner, please don't sleep with anyone else. And we have heard, I don't know if it's been in like conversations with people who we're friends with who have won the show, but it has thrown a wrench into the relationship when you leave the show, knowing that your fiance slept with a runner-up.
I'm like almost 100% sure Ben Higgins had sex with JoJo and Lauren, but he didn't have sex with Kayla.
Yes.
So obviously, like, he knew Kayla wasn't it, but I think he was genuinely conflicted. I think he didn't know the morning he woke up who he was going to choose.
Oh no, I think he totally knew. I think he knew from.
He told JoJo Fletcher that he loved her.
Wait, Nick. What's his fuck? Peter's telling everyone.
By the way, because now that's a thing, but before that, they weren't allowed to say it.
To me, Ben was never in love with JoJo. He told JoJo he loved her because he had already told Lauren. And then if he didn't say it to JoJo, what's the show? We know Lauren wins.
Oh, I totally thought that, like, even to this day, he's still in love with JoJo.
No, I think he, like, really liked her and is curious as to where it would have gone.
But he totally fucked her.
Yes.
And that's why on Ben and Lauren Happily Ever After, they had brunch with Jordan and JoJo, and it was, like, so weird.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I pulled out my phone because I thought that really interestingly, Dave Portnoy had a great take on the entire situation, and I didn't expect to agree with him. He said, switching gears, I don't know how anybody can defend Peter here. If he really came to find his wife and thinks that it's Madison, she gives you an ultimatum, you don't fuck other girls. It's pretty simple. If you came on to fuck other girls, then you fuck them. But if you make it to the final 3 and you're really here to meet a husband, it's a fair thing to ask, and there's no way he doesn't know who he's picking at this point. He put sex above her, end of story. That's not the guy she wants. And to be honest, like, Hannah Ann literally being so fucking desperate, like, you know what? I understand. Like, I just want you to know, like, whatever you have to do this week to figure out, like, your wife is not going to tell you to go fuck other chicks. Like, your wife and the woman that you're going to spend your life with is, like, has a problem with you sleeping with 2 other women 2 nights consecutively before hanging out with you.
Yes. Peter chose sex over Madison, and it goes back to what we said last week, where it's Peter is not the right guy for Madison. He's not like wholesome enough.
Yeah, and so as much as I want her to win and be happy, at the end of the day, I don't think that they're compatible.
No, I don't.
I actually think he has a lot in common with Victoria.
Yeah. So say Madison's leaving, which she should. I really think she should. It's important to her. And it's true. It's like, these are the it's painful for her to.
But you know what it is?
And even what she said about, like, not seeing him kiss other women, like, that's a compromise that she's made, and she understands the position that she's in. But this is where she draws the line. And you know what? Like, it's a fair line to draw.
Agreed. And you know what? I was thinking, like, just go home, like, make your point. Like, maybe he'll come back and chase you. But they're in fucking Australia. That's like a 24-hour flight back home to Alabama. So it's not so easy. If they were in California, like, it would be less of a big deal for her to just pick up and go. So I think she actually stays in Australia, but maybe leaves the show temporarily, just because she can't fucking go all the way back if she's not 100% sure that she wants to go home.
Yes, but even with like Cassie and Colton, Cassie went home, they stopped filming the show, and then like we see what happened after the final rose and stuff. The show ended, and Peter could end the show if he wanted to. He could jump a fence for Madison if he wanted to. But I think producers, knowing all of this, they should have had Madison's one-on-one date first, and then he knows the stakes. Does he sleep with someone else? And then
it says more.
And then if he gives her a rose, and then it's two people, two girls, and one Peter. Peter has to let her know if he slept with someone, and then that's more realistic.
Yeah, Peter didn't handle it well, but to be honest, him having her date be last and then finding out only after the fact that he probably slept with Victoria, only after the fact that she's a virgin, he was really not set up to do the right thing. Like, he could, like, you know what I mean? I just don't think it was fair for him to have gone into the hometown dates without knowing everything.
Yeah, but I also think that the lead, I guess Hannah Brown, we know she slept with Peter and she probably slept with Jed, but I feel like a lot of times the lead really does only sleep with one person.
Yeah, but it's just not made public because they want the show to seem like it's still technically a competition. But Madison now bringing this up is forcing us to have the conversation that they never have.
Yeah, but
because like Nick, we know that he didn't fuck Rachel and we know that he didn't have sex with Raven, so we know that now. But in the moment, we thought, remember, Raven was like running around me like, I fucked Nick, like I have an orgasm, like.
Yeah, but that's because they needed us to think it was a fair, like that Raven was just as capable of winning as Vanessa.
Right, and so if Madison hadn't brought this up, we would have still been thinking like, oh, he probably had sex with all of them. I wonder who's going to win. But now Madison making it a conversation and bringing this issue to light, we are now forced to think who he did and didn't have sex with. And I don't think he fucked Hannah Ann. I think he definitely had sex with Victoria.
Yeah, but he also said intimate. He didn't say have sex, so it might just like...
blowjob.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're not having sex but you're spending the night together, like what is you doing?
Well, it's the first time you're talking off camera. Maybe you're saying things that like telling them about yourself, something that you don't feel comfortable sharing on camera. You can also just act differently when you're not pretending to eat a fake meal.
Yeah.
You're just like actually being a couple.
Another interesting thing that I thought was interesting is that Hannah Ann, I don't think she had sex with Peter. And then when she gets back to the house and finds out from Madison that she like had a conversation with Peter, I think she gets even more mad at Madison because I think she thinks Madison's the reason that she didn't get to have sex with Peter.
Yeah, but
when I just think she didn't have sex with Peter because she's not the one.
But soon she'll probably find out that he was intimate with Victoria.
Yeah.
And then she'll realize it wasn't Madison at all.
But if he's not intimate with Victoria, like what was the point in all this? They have absolutely no chemistry, but I think he's just really physically attracted to her because she's so pretty.
Yeah.
And someone actually told me that I looked like her and there was like a whole thread in the toast about it.
I sort of see it.
I sort of see it
too.
too.
You guys have like big eyes.
I just need to like lose a little bit of weight, but I'm fine.
Yeah. Well.
She's kind of growing on me. Like
she's growing on me too.
Because you don't know why? I think she's compatible with Peter. And
I'm only watching the show and like seeing and like, yeah, it's annoying. I can't deal with when she like backs down from confrontation.
And gets up and cries.
But there's obviously something that he likes about her more than just physically, because I think he had a really a big physical connection with some other girls. Remember him and Sydney were literally like almost having sex in that pool. Like,
yeah.
So if he really was just keeping everyone to fuck them, like, I don't know that Victoria's the one he was most physically attracted to.
I just can't read him at all. And it's really frustrating to like watch a Bachelor have either no chemistry with everyone or tons of chemistry because he treats them all equal. He's just like being an actor.
Yeah.
I feel like I could always tell when like a girl really likes a guy or the Bachelor really is crazy about one girl. Like we all knew Nick like loved Vanessa. I just find it so frustrating like because I cannot read him whatsoever.
Yeah. And also they showed the preview for like what's coming up, but they didn't put that part in again where Chris Harrison says to Peter, like, we just found this out, like, where it looks like he's about to propose and Chris Harrison has some tea.
Like, it looks like Hannah B shows up.
Or, I don't know, they found something out about the person, maybe a boyfriend back home. And I just need them to know, like, there's no way you can cut that out. Like,
yeah. Wait, so next week...
I will literally go down to ABC, like, Aaron Brockovich style and get that footage.
Next week on Monday is the rose ceremony and whatever happens after that. And then
Tuesday's Women Tell All.
And then after that, it's the finale. Mm-hmm. So we only have 2 more weeks, 3 more episodes. I just can't wait for this to be over. Like,
I know. Did you see that Kelly wasn't invited to Women Tell All?
So I saw that Kelly wasn't in LA, and then I saw that she was.
I know, but she like responded to somebody's message saying that she wasn't invited to Women Tell All.
Multiple toasters reached out to her, and the toasters put it in the Snatchler Nation group saying that she said she wasn't invited to Women Tell All. But then the next day she flew to LA and was like with all the girls at Nobu Malibu or somewhere in Malibu.
Interesting.
So I think that she can't not be there.
No, unless she's in a relationship already. That's the
unless
only way.
She's in talks to be the Bachelorette or something.
She would still go to Women Tell All, and they would give her a really good edit and make you fall in love with her. Yeah,
now they're making it so obvious, like if she's not there, and she's a very important character.
Yes.
Maybe they don't want to have to answer for why they edited her so poorly.
Yeah, but They would just, even if someone brought it up, they had a whole conversation, they would just cut it out. They wouldn't air it.
Yeah. I love Kelly. And she looked sickening in her Instagram stories from LA.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with her.
Me too. She has good Bachelorette vibes.
For real.
It's just been such a painful season. Like I took a break and I was like loving the break, and now I feel annoyed that like this is what I went back in with, like full steam ahead, because it was just a waste of my fucking time. I don't think Peter ends up with any of these girls, to be honest. I can't see it at all.
I feel like he might just end up with Hannah Ann, and they have like a, Instagram relationship until they can't no more.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hannah Ann's moving to LA.
Oh, shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Shocking stuff.
I'm so surprised.
I'm excited for her.
Yeah, know that I am.
I actually really like her.
There's nothing wrong with her. She's just thirsty. And by the way, I am too. So I never say that as a bad thing. But she has been very straightforward.
Thirsty and she's just not in love. And so she's saying all these things, and it's like, oh, so you're lying.
She's the type of person who watched one too many episodes of The Bachelor and is just doing...
But she got it right.
Yeah, she's
But like
playing
McKenna watched one too many episodes of The Bachelor, and she got it so wrong. So to the fact that she's nothing of the sort, and she just tells us that over and over.
Yeah, she's constantly telling us that.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. Well, that's all we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Tuesday morning. The Morning Toast streams live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I don't know. Just find us, www.youtube.com/morningtoast. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So it's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places. So wherever you choose to listen to podcasts, find us. Hi, The Morning Toast. Subscribe. Leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. We love you guys so much. Have an amazing day. We'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday, with Alexis Nyers.
Bye.